Alright, Newton's method is a way of determining the roots of nonlinear equations to find where the graph f of x cuts the x-axis, in other words, and the x-intercept. And let's have a look at, well, this is the formula we use, and we need to do a couple of iterations, the values that keep coming, that's when we stop. In order to do that, so this is the formula to obtain the value of x or the root x. So the f of x over the derivative of f of x, and we keep after we get the first iteration. So to get x1 we need to use x0 values. We substitute x0, in other words, the one you started with. x0 is the initial x value, or the given x value. It could be given x value, and to get x2 you need to x1 I should say, you need to use the initial x value. To get x2, so you need to use x2, in other words, this whole whatever you get. So this means to find the next value you need to use the previous value. Alright, let's do an example to make sense of that formula. So the question is asking us, show that the cubic function, which is this our f of x, is x cubed plus 5x minus 8 has a solution between 1 and 2, 5 decimal places. So we need to use the CAS. Alright, so let me get my CAS. Alright, so this is the CAS. So we're going to define the function. So in this case, our f of x. So our f of x was, and to define shortcut, you're just going to say press Control, the template, and that was x to the power of 3 plus 5x minus 8. We've defined that. So you're going to call also g of x now this time. G of x, we're going to define g of x as to be the derivative of f of x. So press shift, the minus sign, put x there, and f of x. So now we're going to say h of x. This time we're going to put the formula. We're going to put x minus the division template. That's our division template. We're going to put f of x and g of x there. And we press enter. So now the next thing we have to do is press Control, Doc, and you get that window. So press List and Spreadsheet. So put the cursor up there, the gray area, put the equal sign and x, press enter. I'm going to do the same thing again here. F of x, press enter. I'm going to say g of x, h of x. Alright, now put the cursor up here. So now remember that our h of x was the formula, so we need to use, so the first, this is the initial guess, that's the initial x value. We're just going to put 1 there, and to get the subsequent, we're just going to say yes, okay. And to get the f of x, the value of f of x, we're just going to put the equal sign, and so that is, this column is column A, so we're going to say A1, we press enter. I'm going to do the same thing again, g of x, A1, oops, I left the equal sign, put the equal sign first, A1. And this one also, h, so make sure you put the equal sign first, h, A1. Alright, now when I get this one here, that cell, so when I use that value there, in there, because that is our x value, so we need to use, this is our x1 value, so to get x2 value, we need to use x1 value. So that's going to be, put the equal sign, we're going to call that one D1, we're just going to call D1, and press enter. And now if I want to do, because I want to use those values, the column D values for column A, because the x values, remember, changes to get the subsequent x value. So in order to get x1, you use x0. In order to get x2, you use x1. In order to get x3, you use x2 I should say, and so on. So now we're going to use fill, press menu, 3 again, put the cursor up there, so you just drag it, you know, with the handheld. So I'm going to do it again, menu, 3 again, so drop it down. Okay, with year 1 you need to use the touch bar. That is the touch bar. So you put the cursor up there, press menu, 3 and drag it down. Okay, the same thing here. We're going to do the same thing here, but this time we're going to be doing this. We put the cursor up there and we press menu, 3 again, put the cursor down. And to do that with the handheld, you need to use the touchpad. I'm going to do the same thing again, put the cursor up there, press menu, number 3 again, and put the cursor up, down, and so on. Put the cursor on that cell, press menu, 3 again, and with your handheld you need to use the touchpad. For me, I'm using a mouse, so I'm just gonna do that. So now here the number actually keeps coming, so the number here is stabilized already, so we need 5 decimal places. So this one here, that number keeps coming, so our iterations are actually stopped. So now the question was asking us, if I go back to my PowerPoint here, it's asking us 5 decimal places. Our 5 decimal place will be, so our x value will be and 1.22886. So that's 5 decimal places, and that's what the question was asking us to do. So now you can actually keep that data. So to keep that data, so you're just gonna have to save this, click that, click where it says document, file, and save as. So now we're just gonna save that one as to be Newton's method. Newton method, and that's saved. So if you go back here, the home page, click browse, so you click that, now it pops up. So now if I want to change, now all I have to do is change that. If I change the f of x, everything else should change. And now let's say I want to do another equation. All I have to do is I'm just going to Control C that, Control V that. If I change that one, let's say I'm going to change that one to be, you know, something like 8 there. I'm going to make this one as to be 10, and I'm going to get all this stuff done again. I'm just going to get down to press enter. Oops. Press enter. I'm going to do that one again. I press enter. I do that something again. I press enter again. So now if you go back to the spreadsheet, everything changes. See that? And that one you don't really need to do it over and over again. You just save that on your calculator, whether it's a SAC or the examination, because it's already saved. You can just do that. All you have to do is you're just going to change the equation, and everything else changes for you. And that's it.